Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. So we from a group of 6 consisting of Muhammad Ismail, Reza Abdullah, and me Anissa will present the results of our PowerPoint with the title Basic Concept Expository Essay, Argumentative Essay, and Characteristic of Argumentative Essay. So for the first material that will be brought by Ismail, please time is yours.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this statement, I want to tell about the basic essay of expository essay. What is expository essay? The word expository comes from the term expose, which means to reveal. An expository essay explains a topic by providing facts, quotation, and other details. The purpose is to inform, explain, describe, or define outdoor subject to the reader. And the next, there are 4 types of expository writing. And the number 1, essay that describe how to do something. Number 2, essay that analyze events, ideas, object, or written works. Number 3, essay that describe a process. And number 4, essay that explain or describe an historical event, cause, and event. Okay, next. This is format of expository essay. The expository essay follows by the standard essay, format by introduction, body, and conclusion. There are usually 3 body paragraphs in expository essay. Okay, next. I want to tell thesis. Thesis in expository essay always has a thesis, which is the attitude or opinion about your topic, and is the main point. It contains topic with controlling idea. Number 2, it must be stated in a complete sentence. And number 3, it is usually found the last sentence of the first paragraph. Thesis example. Some amusement park rides, like roller coaster, can be frightening experience. Okay, I want to ask all of you, which one the topic from that example? The topic is amusement park. Which one the controlling idea? The controlling idea is frightening experience. Okay, next. There is a provide evidence and algorithm. Provide evidence to back up what you are saying. Support your thesis with fact and reasoning. You can use causes, statistical, facts, expert opinion, or other strong example to support your thesis. Incorporate text as example into your body paragraph to support your position, but at the same time, make your point as clearly and closely possible. Okay, next. Make sure to have the main point. You are trying to make the controlling idea, controlling how the people is going to develop. So, in your insight, you want to make point with example, illustration, fact, and detail. Don't wander from your topic. Okay, next. Keep silent. Some great ways to start your essay. A rhetorical question from number one, and then starting part or statement, quotation, a static, and a definition. Example, drinking while driving is the number one cause of death of teenage male in the United States. Okay, next. Use transition word in the end of expository essay. Transition word to improve the organization and flow of your essay, allowing the readers to move smoothly from point to point with easy. Okay, next. In this conclusion, in this expository essay, conclusion, the main innovation is penutup atau kesimpulan. Don't simply start thesis as your conclusion. After providing evidence, you should be able to come to conclusion based on it and with write about that wrap out your essay. And then use transition word in your conclusion. Okay, next.
Okay, thank you, Ismail, for the explanation. So the next speaker by Reza Abdullah. Please, time is yours.
Okay guys, well, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is Reza Abdullah, and now I'm going to talk about argumentative essay. Slide next. Okay, wait a minute. What is argumentative or argument essay? The purpose of argumentative essay is to present well-reasoned conclusion in order to persuade the audience to accept or at least seriously consider a point of view. And then the aim of writing argumentative essay to convince or persuade the reader on attempts to change the reader's mind and convince the reader to agree with the point of view or claim of the writer. Next. Okay. Key terms to learn before writing an argumentative essay. Okay, the first is argumentation. The act of process of forming reason, drawing conclusion, and applying them to a case in discussion. And then third is point or state. The second is point or statement that support one's ideas. And then the third is counter argument or CON, point or statement in opposition to the argument being made in a writing document or speech. And then the next is refutation, the process of disposing an argument, opposing argument, and then opponent, a person who disagree with something and speak against it. And then the proponent, someone who argues in favor of something advocate. Okay, next. Okay, how to write argumentative essay. The first is choosing and analyze the controversial topic, debates, and interesting. Write an argumentative thesis statement. Argumentative has 5 paragraphs. First is introduction, body paragraph 1, supporting argument, body paragraph 2, supporting argument, and body paragraph 3, opposing argument. And the last is conclusion. And then the third is choose your position. And the next, begin the writing work. And then the last is generate idea, free writing, or brainstorming. Okay, next. When supporting your argument, one important concern in writing an argumentative essay is strengthen your argument. To do this, you need to base your argument on certain evidence in supporting your argument. The evidence that you include can be fact that have been objectively proven and are generally accepted, such as historical facts and scientific that statistic and each other. And then the example is, should be sufficient number of examples to prove the case, support from auditory and opinions of experts. Okay, next.
Okay, thank you,
Okay.
Reza, for the explanation. So the last presentation will be Broke Myself, and the title is Characteristic of Argumentative Essay. So what are characteristics of argumentative essay? An argumentative essay has the following characteristics. First, selecting a topic. One of the most important argumentative essay characteristics is the topic selection. The ultimate focus should be on choosing a topic that is 2. Researchable. For a topic to be researchable, the writer should be able to find credible sources and enough research material to support its claim and position. 3. Debatable. A debatable topic is controversial topic with several different points of view. 4. Current. A current topic that has not been discussed for years, such as legalization of marijuana, abortion, death penalty, and another. 5. Manageable. It should not be too broad that it gets impossible to cover all aspects in your essay. Global or national issues are often difficult to manage, so you may want to avoid them and narrow down your focus to one aspect of it. 6. Debatable thesis. A strong thesis statement is of utmost importance for an essay to be effective. Your thesis statement should make the reader aware of what the argument is and its importance. It should be clear, clean from any ambiguity, and leaving no room. It must be debatable. If you are aiming for an in-depth and contemplative type of essay. 7. Background information. Also, an argumentative essay differs from a research paper, but providing the basic background information on the topic is necessary. Giving the background information in the start of your essay is essential for the understanding of your reader. 8. Transition. The overall structure and smooth transition are important for a well-structured argumentative essay. This is due to the nature of such essay, where multiple reasons and evidence is presented to support the thesis and state counter-arguments for comparison. 9. Exhaustive research. Performing through an extensive research is incredibly important when it comes to argumentative essays. And the last, logos, pathos, and ethos. Including logos, pathos, and ethos in an argumentative essay can be an effective tactic when used logically. Logos refers to the logic of the debate. To convince someone, writers must use logical explanation through their essay. Pathos is the use of emotion, and ethos is the use of credibility. And yeah, this is our presentation about the material. Thank you for watching, and see you and next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You guys.